I just wanted to hop on and say before the video starts that this was filmed in October 2019, so over 5 months ago, and I still have a few travel vlogs left from that trip that I'm gonna get up for you guys, but I'm gonna run out in a few weeks. So if you want to see any videos from me that I can film during quarantine, then please let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, staying home. And now let's get into the video. Woohoo! We're starting off at the business class lounge. They said that I couldn't film, but I stuck in a few iPhone clips for you guys. It was a really nice lounge and it had a good variety of food, like buffet style hot foods including curry and pasta, and they even had some dim sum selections as well. I was most excited about the beef noodle soup and also the unlimited Haagen-Dazs. Literally, my 5-year-old self was screaming, but honestly, the food was not super impressive, at least not the selection that I tried. The best thing was that they had some mochi donut holes from Mr. Donut, and I don't have much footage of that because they got snatched up real quick. Now it's finally time to pack up and head over to the gate, but not without grabbing a snack first. I literally couldn't contain my excitement because it's been my dream to fly business class forever. We got to board first, which is a luxury I never thought I would experience. Usually I'm all the way in the back in seat like 950F, but this time your girl was in seat 5K. And no, not like 5K as in 5,000, that's kind of confusing, but 5K as in row 5 seat K. Oh my gosh, okay, so I just got to my business class seat and I'm lucky I got a window view. So once I sat down, they asked me if I wanted water, pineapple juice, or something alcoholic. So I chose the pineapple juice. Let's do a taste test. So fresh, straight from the, where do pineapples grow? In the, somewhere tropical, how about that? Straight from somewhere tropical. And then they gave me a little wet towelette as well as a little chocolate. I could get used to this. So yeah, let's just do a tour, shall we? Okay. So when I got to my seat, they had this pillow as well as this. I think this is probably like amenities and stuff. Oh, these must be like really nice headphones. Slippers, yes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put these on. Oh my God, they're actually like so comfy. This is like padded. Very nice and cushy. So here's the meal table. Whoa, this thing is huge. I guess we're gonna be eating good. We're gonna be eating a lot if I need that big of a table. So here is a desk space as well, and they handed me some pajamas to change into, so you know I will definitely be doing that. Here we have a light. Oh, there's different settings. Okay. 2 USB ports. Wow, we are living today. And an outlet. Why did I say it like that? So soon after we took off, we had our first meal. It was super quick, but they wanted to get us fed, I guess, and I have no problem with that. So our first course was the prelude, and it was a roasted chicken and baby artichoke heart, as well as a garlic cream cheese with peach mini tartlet. The presentation of both of them were super cute, and they also gave me this tiny fork to eat them with. For the mini tartlet, I actually really liked the garlic cream cheese, but then there was the sweetness from the peach that I didn't really like, and overall they were both really delicate bites, but my peasant palate probably wasn't sophisticated enough to appreciate it, so they weren't my favorite. So the second course was the hors d'oeuvres, and we had a goose liver pate, Cajun spiced prawn, and also a caramelized onion with red wine jelly. So I started off with the shrimp, and it actually had a really nice Cajun flavor, but it wasn't spicy. It was flavorful, and the shrimp was very tender and cooked perfectly. Then I was feeling a little more adventurous, so I went ahead and tried the goose liver. I was very nervous to eat it, and honestly, the texture took me a while to get used to, but it wasn't awful. It was pretty salty, so I thought maybe I was supposed to eat it with the vegetables to balance it out. Honestly, not super sure, but the veggies were pretty good. Alright, moving on to these jelly cubes. They were definitely intimidating because I'm not used to having savory jelly, but I gave it a try. and it tasted kind of tomatoey. It was very interesting and not my favorite. I did not finish that one. They also came around and were offering bread, and I chose the garlic bread, and that was really good. So garlicky and flavorful. I loved it. But I mean, I also just love garlic and garlic bread, so can't really go wrong with that. And moving on to the third course, which was soup. It was a creamy cauliflower soup with a herb cheese crouton. The soup felt nice and warm, and when I tried it, the cauliflower taste wasn't too strong. It was really creamy and smooth, and it reminded me of clam chowder. Overall, it was a big hit. The crouton was super cheesy and yummy. It was definitely a great addition to the dish. Then I had an epiphany, and I added pepper to the soup, and then I dipped my bread into it. And this just leveled it up so much more. It was super delicious because there's nothing like dipping warm bread in a hearty soup. So good. So the fourth course was just your plain old salad. It was a garden vegetable salad with avocado creamy dressing. It was honestly a pretty normal salad, not much to say about it, but it was good. The veggies were fresh, and they even cut the carrot into these cute little butterfly shapes, which got me all excited because I'm a sucker for cute food. Alright, so next was the fifth course, which is the main course, aka the head course in charge. So we got a golden fried prawn coated with almond flakes with shiso prune sauce, assorted vegetables, and egg fried rice. So the prawn, it actually wasn't a full prawn, but it was kind of like a minced prawn. Think like a shrimp patty / shrimp paste type of thing. And it was pretty good, and I actually really liked it, except that the almond coating pieces were way too big. And since it was covered in the sauce, it wasn't crunchy at all. It was basically like eating soggy wet almonds, but I did really like the shrimp part. The egg fried rice was really delicious. The rice was cooked perfectly. It was not too hard, not too soft, and there was little pieces of fluffy egg throughout the rice, so it was very enjoyable. So you know I can't forget about dessert, which was the sixth and final course of this meal. It was a lemon meringue tart, and it also was served with some fruits on the side. And the meringue was super fluffy. The lemon filling was just perfect, not too sweet, not too tart, and I also really loved the buttery crust.
Okay, so I just finished eating the first meal, and now I'm gonna get ready to sleep because this flight was at 11:30 p.m. so it's like naturally time to go to bed. That's why they turned all the lights off. So yeah, I'm gonna change into these PJs right now. What do we think? Fashion? They're actually very soft and comfortable.
Now, moving on to one of the most exciting parts about business class, sleeping! I cannot tell you how stoked I was to be able to actually lay down horizontally and sleep on a flight. It was something I've dreamed about for my whole life, to the point where I'm pretty sure I was even dreaming about it when I was sleeping on this flight. They even had lit up stars on the ceiling, which was such a nice touch. After I was done dreaming, it was about time to do some work. And once I got tired of doing work, which was probably like 5 minutes after, because I'm a procrastinator, I was ready to see what entertainment they had available. I saw that they had Toy Story 4 and immediately knew I had to watch that, because how can anyone pass up watching Toy Story? Come on, I'm not a monster. I was super excited to check out the bathroom because I've seen that some business class bathrooms are super big. When I walked into this one, I definitely noticed that it's the biggest airplane bathroom that I've been in, but that's also not saying much because I'm usually over in economy. And it was nice to have a little extra space, even though it wasn't as big as I was expecting. It also had a baby changing station, as well as your usual bathroom amenities like earplugs, hand towels, toothbrush and toothpaste, as well as some fancy hand wash, lotion, etc. It even had a little bit of decor, aka this one flower on the wall. It's finally time to see what they put in the amenity kit. They gave us sleep masks, socks that actually have some traction on the bottom too, so fancy, as well as a comb, this hand and nail treatment cream, toothbrush and toothpaste, earplugs, some lotion, and something you always need on a flight, lip balm. And it was also cool that it all came in this hard shell travel case that we got to keep. Alright, so about an hour before landing, it was time for our second and final meal. This one was a savory rice vermicelli noodle soup with pork and taro. It came with this salad-looking appetizer, which was actually thinly sliced potatoes. It wasn't bad. I actually really liked the flavor of the salad, but it definitely was a little too salty for me. But overall, it was a great way to start the meal. This meal also came with this other side, which upon first glance looked like some sweet potato or carrot with beets, and it had a sesame sauce on top. After taking a bite, I can confirm that it was sweet potato, and it was quite soft and almost like eating a sweet potato with peanut butter, but instead it was sesame. So moving on to the main dish, which is the vermicelli noodle soup with pork, and oh my gosh, it was really nice. These fluffy rice noodles are always so comforting. Since they're so thin and there's a lot of them, it actually coats your whole mouth and it's like giving you a warm hug. It doesn't get much more comforting than that. After trying the pork, it actually wasn't bad. It wasn't super tender, but it also wasn't really dry either because there was definitely some fat running through it. The taro roots were super yummy because they were still crunchy. They added a nice crispy texture to the hearty bowl of noodle soup. And of course I had to taste the broth. So the broth was very, very light, but it actually still had a lot of pork flavor in it, and that was super impressive. It probably was my favorite part of the whole bowl. For dessert, we got a plate of fruits, keeping it healthy over here. Usually the fruits on these flights are super juicy and sweet, so I was really excited. The papaya was very soft and ripe, but the pineapple definitely could have been sweeter. Overall, the fruits on this flight were pretty good, but the ones I had on my EVA Air Premium Economy flight were much better. And before I knew it, we were already landing in San Francisco. That was the whole EVA Air business class experience and my first time ever riding business class. My life is honestly changed forever. But I want to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below your opinions on this experience. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you get notified when I upload, and hit that thumbs up because it only takes 2 seconds and it would really help me out a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!